We will get started in a child's pose today. If you have blocks, might be nice to have blocks at the top of your mat for a little later in the practice, but otherwise taking your knees wide, hips back towards your heels, reaching your arms forward. And if child's pose doesn't sound good today, maybe coming onto your belly for a crocodile pose. But just about 5 or 6 breaths to drop into our practice right here. About one more breath right here. From there, pressing up to a tabletop, we'll take 3 rounds of cows and cats. On an inhale, you might press the tops of feet into your floor, drop your belly, lift your gaze, don't mind the kitty. Exhale, tuck your toes under, find a cat pose, chin towards your chest, tailbone towards your knees. Inhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze for cow. Exhale, round for cat. She heard we were doing cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly, cow pose. Exhale, round for cat. Come back to neutral. Maybe walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips. It's a downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. It's a quick flow today. Not too long in any of these poses. Not too long a practice. 1 more breath. Take an inhale. You might lift your right foot high. You might leave it grounded. Exhale to bring right foot between your hands, left knee to the mat. We've got our low lunge. You might like to have your arms up at your heart center on your thigh. We've got about 3 breaths. Hands could rest on blocks if you like to stay lifted. You could even hinge forward a little, maybe squeezing this left glute to open up through the front of the hip. 1 more full breath. From there, right forearm to your right thigh, or maybe right hand to your block. Left arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale to side stretch to the right for 1 breath in and out. Inhale, maybe reach arms up back to low lunge. Exhale's a pyramid fold. Here's where blocks might be nice to puff your hips up, plant your left foot, pull your right hip back. You can stay lifted through the spine or let it go for 3 breaths right here. We get a little half lift inhale. Exhale's a twisted fold. Left foot crosses behind right. You let yourself come into the fold. 3 breaths here. Maybe hands are on a block. Maybe you walk hands over to the right. 2 more breaths. Torso comes back to center. We keep the legs for an inhale, halfway lift, and an exhale to lift all the way up. Reach your arms high, breath in. Exhale your side bend to the right. Then inhaling, arms through center. Exhaling, forward fold. Unwinding the legs, taking a halfway lift, breath in. Exhale is a high plank pose. Inhaling to shift yourself forward. Exhaling to come all the way down to your belly. 3 cobra poses, any width, any height. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to melt. 2 more, tops of feet into the floor. Inhale. Exhale down. 1 more time, maybe dragging your hands back to lift your chest. And forehead or chin to the mat. Tuck your toes. Inhale for a table or a plank. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Option to lift your left leg with an inhale. Exhale, maybe you just step it forward, right knee to the mat. We come up, we find our low lunge for 3 breaths. Maybe pulsing, getting a lot of stretch. Maybe squeezing inner thighs together, drawing left hip back, right hip forward. One more full breath. Then left forearm to thigh, or maybe left hand to a block, right arm inhale. Exhale, side bend. We stay for a breath. We come back to center, inhale. Exhales that pyramid fold, maybe reach for blocks. Pop the hips up, plant the right heel. 3 breaths. A little halfway lift on your breath in. Exhale to cross your right foot behind your left, twisted fold. Your version for 3 breaths. Torso comes back to center for your halfway lift inhale, and your exhale to come all the way up. From there, reaching your arms up and taking a side bend to the left. Inhaling back to center, exhaling to fold. Taking your halfway lift, unwinding the legs. Exhale to high plank pose. Inhale to shift forward, exhale all the way to your belly. Just one cobra pose, breath in. Forehead down, breath out. Table or plank, and a down dog, exhale. 3 breaths right here. One more breath. We've got one little standing flow, one balancing pose, and we'll bring it back down. Option to lift right leg high on your inhale. Exhale, right foot between your hands for a crescent lunge this time. Back knee stays lifted. We come on up, inhale. Exhale right away into a revolved crescent. Hands to heart, you could stay lifted. You could make it an open twist, or you could find a hinge. Left elbow outside right knee. Pulling right shoulder blade back, gazing maybe up. 3 breaths. We'll inhale to a star pose just to unwind. Exhale, warrior 2 to your right leg. Just 3 breaths here. One more. Inhaling to straighten your front leg. Exhaling for triangle pose for 4 breaths. From here, we reverse our triangle inhale and just head back towards the back of your mat. Skandasana to the left leg. Hands can come down. You could play with your balance. Your left heel might be lifted or lowered. Maybe a little twist, bringing your left hand down in front of your left thigh, reaching right arm up. Maybe you'd like a half bind. One more breath. Then you'll just crawl it forward. Find your inhale to a high plank. Exhale, this time chaturanga, halfway down. Upward facing dog is your breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths right here. One more breath in and out. Option to lift left leg on your inhale. Exhale, left foot between your hands. It's our crescent lunge. We come up and then right into our twist, taking whichever version you took on the other side for 3 breaths. It's a star pose to open, inhale. Exhale, warrior two to your left leg. 3 breaths here. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, triangle to your left side. 4 breaths. Then an inhale to reverse triangle and headed towards the back of the mat, Skandasana to the right leg. Hands can rest or balance. Maybe that same plant of your right hand, left arm can lift. Maybe a half bind from there. 1 more breath. Then it's a big sweep to the top of the mat. Inhale to your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Walk your hands back towards your feet. We're taking a half lift inhale and then coming all the way up. 1 round of tree pose on each side. Weight into your left foot, right foot to ankle, calf, or thigh. You can find hands at heart center, cactus, reverse prayer, reverse fist bump. Maybe you reach arms high, it's just 5 breaths. Focusing your eyes on one fixed thing. Hands can come back to heart, that right knee points forward, right foot down, little shake, a little thanks for the left leg. And then right to the other side, weight in the right foot, left foot, ankle, calf or thigh. We're finding our 5 breaths. Hands to heart, left knee forward, left foot down. Shake and a thank you to the right leg. We'll come to the top, we'll inhale, chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart as you get a little lower. And a little lower. And lower. Onto your butt, onto your back. 1 bridge pose. Heels tuck in nice and close. When you're ready, lift your heels. Walk your arms underneath you. Use your arms to lift. Press the back of the head into the mat. Let your chest fall towards your chin. And then move your chin a little away from your chest for 7, 6, 5, 4. Maybe these last 3, you add a little pulse for 2. And 1, we come on down. We take a fallen bridge, feet wide, knees together. Maybe you cactus your arms. Letting the breath soften. Big thanks to your powerful heart, your flexible spine. If it feels good, you can stay, or you might just drop your knees side to side, letting feet stay wide. Coming back to center, we'll find a little rock up to a seat, where we'll set up a deer pose, right shin forward, left leg to the side. Of course, if you love a pigeon, you could take it here. Inhaling to lift your chest, exhaling to fold forward. 1 minute in our deer pose. Great place for a little support if you like to rest your head on something. you're about halfway through, you can stay where you are. You might like to lift your chest and turn this into kind of a twist, turning towards your right thigh and maybe finding a fold from there for just a few more breaths. Wherever you're at and you're pressing yourself up, you'll bring torso back to center if you switch. Now you can lean back, use your hands, switch legs, or you might bring hands to heart, let your left shin come forward, right leg to the side, just a little mobility challenge, a little something to try. We'll find that same lift of our chest, and when you're ready, finding a deer pose, any depth, any amount of support. 1 minute here. If you like that twisted version, now's your chance to lift your chest. Take a walk over your left thigh and maybe stay lifted or come on down to forearms. Less than a half a minute here. Wherever you're at, lifting, bringing yourself back to center. From here, we'll just let the legs come around. Let's take Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide, a lift of your chest, and a hinge forward where you can stay straight through the spine. Or it might feel good to round the spine, let the head drop. About 5 breaths. It's a lift of your chest, and then it's your choice here. We're taking about a minute of seated meditation, or you might come onto your back for a traditional Shavasana. If you want more time, you'll just pause this video. You'll take yourself through the end of your practice in a way that feels good, closing out when you feel ready. If you're joining me for seated meditation, find that nice tall spine. I had a teacher that would say, you're alert without rigidity, relaxed without dullness. So find that tall spine, find any place to rest your hands, and here we are, either a final Shavasana on your back or a seated meditation Shavasana. Wherever you're at, option to bring a hand to your heart, one hand to cover, a thank you to your body. Maybe hands come together and you acknowledge the people who share in this practice, your own individual practice, and together we thank all those people that make it possible. Thumb knuckles might rise to your forehead center, and take a bow to seal it.